football world is super shocked right now. Diogo Jota, only 28, has sadly passed away, leaving his family super sad, Liverpool fans heartbroken, and everyone in football feeling the loss of a big star. But what happened in his last moments? And why was he alone in his final hours? What you're about to hear will make you sad and teach you something important. Diogo wasn't just any football player. He was full of energy, super strong on the field, and a hero for his team and country. Whether you saw him shine at Liverpool or play proudly for Portugal, there was something awesome about him. He had a quiet power, a brave style, and a heart full of effort. But now, that spark is gone too soon. At just 28, the world lost Diogo Jota, a guy in his best years with so much more to do. While everyone, players, coaches, and fans, sends love and memories, one question sticks around. What happened? In this story, we honor Diogo's life, his football career, and what he leaves behind. We'll share the timeline of what led to his sudden death, the emotional words from teammates, coaches, and famous football stars, what made Diogo special and why his loss hurt so much, the truth about his last days, and sad details only a few people knew. You won't believe how strong his family was. You won't believe the tribute at Anfield, and you won't forget the final moments that made his legacy so special. From Porto to the Premier League, the amazing rise of a star. Before the big crowds, cheering fans, and Premier League news, Diogo Jota was just a kid from Massarelos, Portugal, with a ball and a big dream. Born in December 1996, Diogo loved football from the moment he could walk. While other kids played for fun, Diogo practiced like every kick was super important, and for him, it always was. He started at Gondomar SC, a small Portuguese club, where coaches saw he was super smart and worked hard. By 16, bigger teams like Paços de Ferreira noticed him. Soon, scouts from all over Europe wanted him. The big moment came when Atletico Madrid signed him in 2016, which should have made him a huge star in Spain. But he didn't get much time to shine there. He was sent on loan to Porto, then Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that's where his story really took off. At Wolves, under coach Nuno Espirito Santo, Diogo became the kind of player defenders were scared of. Fast, tricky, and super good at scoring. He wasn't showy just to look cool. He was smart and got the job done. In no time, he helped Wolves become a big deal in the Premier League, scoring important goals and becoming known as a guy who showed up for big games. That fame got him to Liverpool in 2020. Coach Jurgen Klopp saw something special in Diogo. Not just a young player, but a future superstar. And Diogo proved him right. In Champions League games, big rivalries, or cup matches, he always showed up, quietly, steadily, and without being full of himself. But here's where it gets really sad. Just when it looked like his best years were coming, something terrible happened. The day football stopped, what we know about Diogo's death. Football fans woke up to news they couldn't believe. Diogo Jota, dead at 28. The shock turned into confusion, then a desperate need to understand. How could someone so healthy, so full of life, be gone just like that? Official reports have been careful and quiet, but early news says Diogo had secret health problems, stuff nobody knew about or thought was a big deal. People close to him said he felt chest pain and was really tired lately. But like a lot of athletes, he kept going, focused on training, playing, and doing his job. Behind the scenes, though, people were worried. The club's doctors were planning more tests. A family friend said Diogo didn't feel like himself in the weeks before he passed. Still, nobody thought the worst would happen. The exact reason he died isn't fully shared yet, but some say it might be a heart problem. A quiet danger that can hit even super fit athletes. Whether it was something he was born with or caused by being super tired or stressed, one thing is clear: it was sudden, and it broke everyone's hearts. An emotional goodbye that made a stadium cry. Anfield has seen amazing wins and loud cheers, but when Liverpool said goodbye to Diogo Jota, it was super quiet. A heavy, special silence filled the stadium as fans, players, and coaches came to say farewell. Draped in red and black, the tribute was serious but strong. Diogo's number 20 jersey was placed in the center of the field, with candles, flowers, and notes from fans around it. Some fans traveled from far away, even from other countries, to stand where Diogo played so many great games. The Liverpool players walked out one by one, looking down, feeling sad. Mohamed Salah cried openly. Virgil van Dijk stood still, too sad to look at the crowd. Jurgen Klopp, who's always full of energy, could barely hold back his tears. He later said in an interview, "I've lost players before, but Diogo, he was still becoming the person he was meant to be." A kids' choir from Diogo's hometown in Portugal sang a beautiful version of You'll Never Walk Alone, filling Anfield like a sad prayer. Fans held up scarves, tears falling, chanting his name again and again, Diogo, Diogo. His wife, holding their young child, stood at the edge of the field, with teammates who felt like family now. She didn't say anything, but her strength, even while heartbroken, said it all. It was more than a tribute. It was a moment where everyone realized how fragile greatness is, how even the strongest people can fall, and how even the brightest stars can fade too soon. The final message Diogo left for his family. In the days after Diogo's sudden passing, as his family dealt with sadness and attention, his wife found something that broke her heart but also gave her comfort. A private voice note and a handwritten letter Diogo made just days before he died. At first, nobody knew they existed. Diogo wasn't the type to share his feelings publicly, but in a rare moment, he left a message for his wife and child, not knowing it would be his last. In the voice note, which the family kept private, Diogo speaks softly, almost like he knew time was short. He tells his wife how proud he is of their life together, how much he loves watching their child grow, and how if anything happened to him, he wanted her to keep living fully, not in sadness. "You've given me everything I never thought I deserved," he said. "And if I'm not here tomorrow, know I was at peace because you loved me." The handwritten letter was for his son. In simple words, Diogo wrote about how beautiful life is, how important it is to be kind, and how he hoped his son would chase dreams bravely, just like he did. These weren't planned goodbyes. They were just his thoughts, but now they're the most special part of what he left behind. A peek into the heart of a man who gave everything to his family and football. His wife shared part of the letter at a private memorial. "I'll always be your biggest fan, even when I'm not there. Play with heart, love bravely, be better than me." With those words, Diogo Jota's story became more than a loss. It became a lesson to live in the moment, to love loudly, and to say what matters now. But there's one part of the story not many knew. The last game Diogo ever played, and what he did that feels almost like he knew. The last match, a goal, a gesture, a goodbye. Diogo Jota's final game wasn't a huge cup final or a record-breaking match. It was a regular Premier League game, Liverpool versus Brentford. At the time, nobody knew it would be the last time Diogo put on his boots, stepped onto the field, and wore the Liverpool badge with pride. But what happened that night feels so meaningful now. In the 68th minute, after a tough fight on the field, Diogo scored the goal that won the game. The stadium went wild with cheers, but his reaction was super calm, not like usual. He didn't run to the corner flag or jump with teammates. Instead, he pointed to the sky, kissed the badge on his shirt, and knelt down quietly like he was thinking deeply. At the time, fans thought it was just him feeling emotional, maybe thankful or relieved. But now people close to him say it felt different, like he meant it, almost like he knew something. After the game, Diogo gave a rare interview. When asked how he felt, he said, "Grateful. I don't know why, but tonight meant something to me." He smiled, then added, "Every game could be your last, right?" That gesture, that quiet interview, it wasn't just an ending. It was a goodbye. The video of that moment has gone super viral. Fans have filled it with comments, calling it the saddest goal celebration ever. Teammates shared it with words like, "He knew," and "Rest easy, brother." And what makes it so unforgettable is this. Diogo left the field that night with his head high, his heart full, and his legacy locked in. Not in a huge final or in front of millions, but in a game where he did what he always did, showed up, gave his all, and played with purpose. More than a footballer, the legacy of Diogo Jota. Diogo Jota's life was way too short, but his impact was huge. He wasn't just a goal scorer or a Premier League name. He was a fighter, a dad, a teammate, and a guy who did everything with quiet respect. In a world full of show-offs, Diogo stayed humble. He didn't chase attention, he earned it. through hard work, grit, and moments that remind us why we love football. Now, as stadiums turn off their lights, as teammates leave his number empty, and as fans around the world light candles for him, one truth stands out. He wore many jerseys, but his real legacy lives in people's hearts. To his wife, child, family, and everyone he inspired, this story is for you. And to Diogo, you'll never walk alone. Not in life, not in memory, not ever. Rest in peace, number 20. The game won't be the same without you.